Hello there, people. This is Mr. Critic, and today we will be talking about how to get arrested without getting killed. And of course, I will focus especially on the USA since, if you watch the news, if you follow, where, where, you know, ordinary people, civilians get shot by cops, in the Western world, it's almost always in the USA. Now, first, I would like to say something that is so obvious, and to be honest, I do not understand why you Americans, I'm pretty sure I still have some American viewers, so why you Americans do not get it. Your Second Amendment is a totally stupid thing when we are talking, about police shootings, police violence. Let me give you an example. Now, here in Slovenia, compared to you, we are a poor country. No question about it. Our GDP is half of yours. You know, yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say about it, but no, actually I didn't, Like I said, our country is poor compared to yours, but one major difference here is that most of the people do not carry, guns. And this is why when a cop shooting a civilian happens, it's like a major story. Holy shit, how did it happen? Why did it happen? You know? I was actually pretty crazy as a as a teenager. I did some really dumb stuff. But even when I got arrested, there was no way I was going to get shot since the cops didn't feel like their life was in jeopardy. But yeah, sure, you keep your Second Amendment. Yeah, that's great. So you can fight against the government. Really? Really, you stupid motherfuckers? You can fight against the government? Civilians should not have weapons. 99% of the world understands this, but no, you Americans, yeah, Second Amendment. Yeah, I need my gun. I need my gun. I'm gonna polish my gun. I need a shotgun. This is one of the reasons. One. Not saying this is the only reason, but one of the reasons why your cops are so trigger happy is because you have guns. When I was like 15, and I was 15, and I was drinking too much alcohol, had too much drugs, everything. and I got into a confrontation with cops. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but it happened. And uh, at the end, make, let's make this story short. There were 4 cops and one of me, and I lost the fight. Even though, I knocked out one of the coppers, sorry, or for the Germans, no, for the English-speaking people, pigs, for the German-speaking people, Bullen. That's great. But yeah, I lost the fight. But, very important. They were pretty sure I didn't have a gun. If they thought this was a possibility, they would have shot me dead right there, you know. Holy shit. Second Amendment is the most stupid idea that, amend it, please, amend it. It causes more harm than anything. And again, Americans, I actually understand the idea about the Second Amendment. I understand it. If the government becomes, so dangerous, so controlling that you will have to resist. Yeah, now I have my gun, I will resist. No, you won't. You fucking idiot, you won't. You're not trained as the US forces. Sure, perhaps out of your fucking window you will kill a Marine coming to take over, your property. But then all of the other Marines will shoot you dead. You will die. You won't do anything useful. You're nothing. You were nothing without a gun. You're nothing with a gun. Holy shit. Why the fuck don't you understand this shit? But okay, before we go, today I'm actually drinking some juice vodka. Yeah, I know I was drinking, Jägermeister a few days ago, but I didn't feel good, the next day. So I'm back to vodka. Vodka is the best thing for Slavic people. Trust me on this one. Whiskey is also great. But vodka is just it's just superior. Okay, sorry. I should really stop smoking. So now let us check the comments. Yay! Mr. Critic is back. Yay! Frank Castle is back. Very nice. Carl. Hey, John Oliver was a comedian? Actually, I knew that, but to be honest, Carl, when I was looking for his stand-up on YouTube, I only found one set. Only one. So yeah, I totally believe you. I'm pretty sure that John Oliver can be an excellent stand-up comedian, but well, as for you mentioning Trevor Noah, holy shit, you get a like, and of course, another card! Um, Trevor Noah is an excellent stand-up comedian. But one thing that I would have to say that it's like no, he's the best at it. Is give me a second. My sick went out. His accents, seriously. He was actually, he's doing Donald Trump all the time. He's also doing Melania Trump. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where I read this, but I think he speaks like four or five languages, and yeah, his comedy is amazing. And compared to John Oliver, well, they both have very popular shows, but like I said, for John Oliver, I found one stand-up routine, but for Trevor Noah, you can find, I think, three, four, maybe even more. I'm not sure. Okay. Hey, I can quit drinking anytime I want. I just don't wanna. Yeah. Again, you get a like, you get a heart. Everybody gets a heart. Um, to be honest, drinking is not the best way to go in life. But again, to be honest, if you are really sad, everything is going bad, nobody loves you, everybody hates you, you're going to lose. So this is the last Boy Scout reference, Bruce Willis. Then of course you can have a drink, of course. Focke-Wulf 900, yeah, yeah. Focke-Wulfs, if produced in a large number, would win the battle over Britain. But I'm still not sure if this is what you wanted to say. This is what you were trying to tell me. So, okay. AKA Mark Mem. Okay, my name. Okay, Marks. Yeah. Memos. Yeah. Yeah. Sure, Jody. No problem. You get a like, you get a heart. Defender of the crown by Mr. Critic. So this was the comment. Well, actually, I've said more about everything in Q&A with Mr. Critic and some inevitable PG, but okay. Joe the Beaver, no problem, man. Okay, but let us now focus on something more important, pretty much a serious matter. Now, I'm not promising I will not joke about it, but, how to get arrested in the USA, okay? So here we are. Now, I will just start this game because I feel comfortable with Panther General. Okay, press any key. I just feel comfortable about it. What the fuck? Okay. I pressed enter. This is really not because I want to propagate answer general any longer, but I need some background. Anything happening while I talk to you. Okay, so this is good. So you see a ground map, you see an air map. Okay, so here we are. Now, remember, I was born in 1977, and the first time I visited the United States was in 2002. So, this was like 1 year after, the attack on the Twin Towers. And I was specifically visiting New York because my best friend lives there. I'm 43 now, so he's been living in New York for at least 20 years, to be honest. But anyway, so yeah, I visited, and I've also faced some US officials. During my first visit, it was when I arrived at the JFK airport, and I was actually sent. This is interesting. I was sent to the other room where they deal with the people that could possibly try to, become illegals in USA. I'm not sure why I was sent there. I'm not sure, really. I just, I think I was actually flying with Lufthansa from, was it Frankfurt? I think it was Frankfurt, to New York. And after we landed, and I faced, the guy, I'm not sure what his credentials are, but he sent me to where the people should go who are, I don't know, who are probably, oh, for fuck's sake, who could be those that would want to live in USA, without visa and everything, because, I'm a Slovenian and I do not need a visa to go to the United States. Even back then we didn't need it, so perhaps he was right. Now give me a second. And when I was sitting back there, after like being 10 hours on airplanes, another US official approached me. Those were all like young guys, like me back then. And he said to me, where are you planning to stay in the US? Do you have enough money? All of her questions. And I answered them all. And then he asked me, why are you so nervous? And this was the thing, I actually wasn't nervous, and I answered him, so I was so truthful, I could not be more truthful. I said to him, I need a cigarette. I'm a smoker. I haven't had a cigarette in like 10, 12 hours. I need a cigarette. This is all I need. So don't worry about me, I'm not planning. Okay, lighting my cigarette now. I'm not planning to stay in the US illegally. Just, you know, allow me to get out of the airport building. I need a smoke. And then he started laughing. Then we understood each other, and yeah, I was let go. So this was my first time. In 2002, I visited US. I stayed in New York then with my best friend, who was also many years later, you know, he was my best man at my wedding. And after, you know, I was, well, I cannot say, yeah, after I was done in New York, visiting New York, it was great time. Then I flew over to LA and also had good time there. And then I flew back, you know, to, I think it was München, and back to Slovenia. So this was it. But, I had a few encounters even during my first visit to the US with US cops and officials. I will do this in another video because, you know, it's a whole different matter. But today we are talking about how to get arrested. And now I'm back home. It's still 2002. I am 25. Holy shit. Was I ever that young? Yeah, I was. So I had a girlfriend back there who actually cheated on me. Good for her. But, you know, then we broke up. And then I met my now ex-wife, which I loved a lot. And from 2002, let us now go to 2008. Now we have purchased the tickets to fly to New York like 6 months ahead of time. And also again, like I said, my best friend lives in New York. The only thing that was different is that when I was visiting in 2002, he was living in Manhattan. And in 2008, he was living in Queens, European part. Really liked it, to be honest. I'm just moving the mouse here, so don't worry. So yeah, but we weren't planning for her to get pregnant, you know, before we were going to USA. It just happened. Sounds really crazy, but you know, we were trying to have a child from 2006 when we were married, and it just didn't happen. We had no idea why it didn't happen, so we were just like, okay, since we get no children very soon, you know, for us, let us just go to USA like a delayed honeymoon, and then when we come back we'll have kids. But you know, an accident, suddenly she was pregnant, and after discussing this a lot, we have decided to go to US even though she was pregnant. and it was like, 2, 3 months pregnant, so it wasn't showing. Although those of you who actually had, you know, a wife or a female partner, when a woman is pregnant like 2, 3 months, it's pretty shitty because she's always sick, not sick, always a problem. God damn it, can be problematic. Okay, but now we are, like I said, in 2008. Uh, and there was one day when we went, my friend, my ex-wife, pregnant ex-wife, and myself, we went from Queens to Central Park, which is the destination that you really have to visit if you are in New York. I don't think that, well, there are plenty of museums, about biology, about military, about everything. But if you are in New York and you do not visit Central Park and you had enough time, you're just wrong, you have to do it. But now we are getting to this part of how to get arrested. So I cannot remember any longer the numbers of the train. I think it was number 7 or 9, but I'm really not sure. But when we got to the Central Park of New York, and we were getting to when we were getting to I'm sorry, I need a drink. When we were getting to the subway, we were suddenly intercepted by 2 American police officers. And now, let me explain this. My ex-wife is like, I'd say like 5'7", probably, yeah. A blonde girl, a gentle girl, back then, even today, even though, we sometimes hate each other, but, nothing to worry about for cops. My friend, my best friend in the whole world, he's like 6 feet, maybe. There. He's Caucasian, but with his black hair and his face, he looks like an Asian person, to be honest. Or at least, like mix. So you got the blonde girl, you got half Asian, half Caucasian person, and then you get me. Back then, for some reason, I thought it was great to grow a beard. Don't ask me why. Today, before I started with this video, I was thinking, why did I actually grow a beard? And to be honest, I think my ex-wife wanted me to do this because, I was never really a fan of having a beard. Even when I start doing these videos with the webcam, Sometimes you will see me, uh, unshaven for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but not having a beard like, like some fat fuck like Sargon of Akkad. Back then, especially, I was not a fat fuck. Today, I'm a bit chubby, but back then I wasn't. So I have no idea why I had a beard. Like I said, the only thing that is, well, not only possible, probable, was that my ex-wife kind of liked it. But, 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 so three people. My friend, who looked like a mix between a Caucasian and Asian. My ex-wife, who looked like any blonde European girl. And me, 6'3", not only tall but pretty strong guy, with a beard. And now we are going, to the subway, and also, of course, very much important, I was carrying a backpack. Yeah, a backpack. Now, of course, why I was carrying a backpack when we were going to the Central Park? Because my ex-wife was pregnant. So she needed all kinds of snacks, three different types of water. I'm still laughing today because, type of water that we bought in the store, bottled water, was not good enough because it smelled strange. I'm so happy that smells, men, human males cannot get pregnant because, if you have a problem with water, bottled water, then holy shit. Okay, and now we are getting to this very, 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 very important thing, the most important thing that I wanted to talk about. How to get arrested. Now, I have to admit it, I never got arrested during this thing, but. So, subway. We are there. My friend and my wife are not, how can I say this? They're just not something that the police would look for on the subway. But I am. Profiling. Now I get it that for some people profiling is like, no, don't do it. Well, they're wrong. I completely understand it. If you're looking for terrorists, and I'm pretty sure that those two police officers were looking for potential terrorists, I was the one to stop. Why? I was a big, tall guy carrying a backpack. I had a beard. And, of course, since all three of us are originally Slovenians, we were talking in a strange language. A language that those two police officers could not understand. Now, of course, it is possible. Give me a second, I need another drink. Of course, it is possible that because there are many, Russian and other Slavic people in New York, that at least one of them understood that we are Slavic people. Yeah, of course. But just because somebody is a Slav, Slavic people, doesn't mean that they could not be a terrorist. They could be Chechenians. They could be, well, anybody basically from the Eastern Europe. And yeah, I will say it, just because you speak a Slavic language doesn't mean you cannot be a Muslim. Yeah, I've said it. YouTube will punish me for it, but Muslims are more dangerous to Western society than any other group of religious people. So, okay, we'll get back to this thing perhaps in another video. So, okay, they stopped us and they said, this was, I will never forget this. This was like, where are you going? Like I said, two police officers, where are you going? And they were actually talking to me. And I said, we are going to, Ari, figure it? We're going to Central Park. The next question was, what is in your backpack? And I said, I didn't want to say, this is my wife, she's pregnant. I just said, I have snacks, water, Okay. And then they said, can we take a look at your backpack? And this is the point I was trying to say. I watched them, They weren't like, we're gonna start shooting right now. No. But they were ready. They were prepared. I will never know whether or not this was just a random control or perhaps, they received something, some news that they have to be careful. But they were ready. I remember that there were two of them, and the one that was, facing me extended his left arm, but his right arm was right there where his pistol was. So they were ready. And the question, can we look at your backpack? And now, of course, this is the whole thing. Because I'm watching and I'm like sad and angry because some young men especially do not understand what to do when facing police officers. What I did was, in this situation, of course you can look at my backpack. This was my answer. And he said, okay, please place it on the table over there. There was, a table, a desk, something like it. Like 2 meters next to me. And I did. And then again he said, may we check your backpack? And I said, of course, but one more important thing, like I said, because they were ready. They were ready. If I said something like, Fuck you pigs! You'll never get me alive! It would end badly. And you can say, yeah, you're white, so perhaps it wouldn't. Yeah, it would. It would. They were ready. A big guy with a beard talking in a foreign language. They would shoot me dead. Or, I would kill them with my bare hands. Also possible, but not very likely. So, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. You need to understand that cops, police officers, are just people. They want to live their life, They have families, they have everything. They don't want to die on the subway or in the street. Holy shit. I don't know. I've been watching these things. Yeah, I will say the color. I've been watching these things where, like young black guys, they feel like when they are communicating with police officers, they think that they should be like, yeah, I don't care, I'm not a bitch. I will not listen to you. Doesn't work this way, people. Doesn't work this way. These are police officers. They live and work in a country where everybody can have a weapon. Of course they are scared. Of course they will shoot first and ask questions later. It cannot work otherwise for them. But as for me, like I said, with my backpack on that desk, and for them asking if they can take a look, again, yeah, somebody could call me a bitch, but I don't care. I'm a man. Want to test me? Sure. Even though I'm pretty old and I have some medical problems, let's get into the ring and we'll see who's the man. Yeah, who's the man? And I said, would you like to take a look? Open my backpack? Or would you prefer for me to open the backpack for you? And at that moment, I've seen something. Both of these police officers just relaxed. Now they realize something. I'm cooperating. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm no danger, to both of them. They will be able to go home to, their lives, to their families, perhaps. I will never know if, they were married, they had kids, but they just relaxed. So, this statement from me. You would like to see my backpack? No problem. Just tell me, please, officers, would you like to open it? Or shall I open it for you? Do you realize this? Seriously, do you realize how much this makes for police officers to shoot anybody, even in the US? It, it makes it impossible. It makes it freaking impossible. You just work with them. You acknowledge them as people. You acknowledge them as people with a job. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, sorry, I had to light my cigarette again. But this is how you do it. This is how you do it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm really sorry. Um, we have, well, you Americans have, but in Europe we have less of this, but perhaps we'll have in the future because we are importing some crazy people from Africa and Middle East. But this is how you approach the law. This is how you approach the law. That's it. They are there to serve and protect us. And if you start acting like an idiot, yeah, it's possible they will kill you. And it's not right, but, you know, being a moron is, your human right, but being a moron will, well, make you suffer. Okay, so this is it. On I was planning to do some answer general, but I don't think it's necessary for today. Uh, Three things which I didn't uh, do in the past. Please like this video, comment, give me some more questions. I would very much like to, talk to you, to reply to you. No, do something. Otherwise, if I just make these videos and nobody replies, well, I will stop doing them, So, no, do something. Make Mr. Critic reply to you. Okay, so thank you for watching this. All the best from Mr. Critic and bye-bye.